Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to our channel SciLogics, and our today's topic is coding, which is very useful for each and every competitive examinations. Though this chapter is very easy, 2 to 3 questions will be given in each and every examinations. So we have to solve the questions from this topic very quickly and accurately so that we can invest time on the toughest question. Let us start our topic. In this topic, the questions will be generally asked in 3 ways. So that is letter coding. Letter coding means an alphabet will be coded with another alphabet. In these 4 ways, one is a sequential coding and coding by analogy and coding by interchanging the alphabets and by pair coding. So these are the 4 types of letter coding we can expect in the examinations. And now the second one is number coding. That means here an alphabet will be coded as a number or a number is coded as alphabets by the place value of the alphabets or pair value of the alphabets or by using mathematical operands. That means there will be a calculation involved in the coding. And the third type of coding is word coding. So in the first and second part, that is letter coding and number coding, we have seen that each and every alphabet is either coded with an alphabet or a number. But here in this third type, we will not see any coding individually to an alphabet, but here the coding will be done to the whole word. So here there will be 3 types of coding by shifting, and the number 2 is mixed word coding, and number 3 conditional coding. So we will see all these 10 types of coding with some examples. So before going to understand these 3 types of coding, we have to learn and remember the values of alphabets and certain properties of alphabets as far as verbal reasoning is concerned. So let us try to learn the alphabets now. See, we all know there will be 26 alphabets. So for easy learning, I have divided this 26 into 2 equal parts. That means in the first part, I have alphabets from 1 to 13. And in the second half, we can have alphabets from 14 to 26. So in the same way, I have written 2 sets of alphabets, starting with A first set and ending with Z second set. In the first set, you can very easily understand and see that the alphabet starts from number 1 to and ends with number 13. So that means it can be very easily understood that the 13th alphabet, that is M, that means the last number of the first set of alphabet, that is M, and the second half is started with 14. So 14 is the first number of the second set of alphabets, that is N. That means we have learned here M is 13 because it is the last number and alphabet of set 1, and N is 14 because it is the first number in the second set of alphabets. So 1 and 26, it is needless to say because every one of us are well aware that 1 is A and 26 is Z. Up to 4, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. So remembering up to 4 alphabets, it doesn't require any skill and it is not that difficulty to remember up to 4 alphabets. And from 5 alphabets, that means, and from 5th alphabet, so we will design a small shortcut so that we can easily learn and understand and remember the values of the remaining alphabet. So for that, I am choosing the alphabets in the place of 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. So the only reason why I have chosen 5 multiples are they are very easy to remember. So the respective letters of these alphabets, if you can see, 5 is E and the alphabet in the 10th place is J, O is the 15th alphabet, T is the 20th alphabet and Y is the 25th alphabet. So these are the alphabets in the place of 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. So if you collectively pronounce these 5 alphabets, so HOT will have E, J, O, T, Y. So the corresponding numbers are 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. From these 5 letters, we can learn the remaining alphabets very easily. You see, if you remember 5 as E, then remembering F is not a difficult one, because 5 is E, automatically 6 will be F. Or else, if you can see this F, if F is inverted, it will look like this. So if you add a line here, it resembles 6. So like this also, you can remember that F is 6. And if you can see G, so G is written here, and this part of G showing that it is 7. So G is 7, so like that we can remember G as 7. And if you can see H, if you add 2 lines here and here, it will resemble 8. So F is 6, G is 7, H is 8. And if we take I, in the third form of English letters, I can be written like this. So it is nothing but 9. So I is 9. For 10 we can go to HOT. Sorry. For 10 we can go to HOT. HOT 10 is J. If 10 is remembered, automatically 11 is K. And if you come to L, so L is 12. So just see the rhythmic pronunciation. L 12. L 12. So this is the rhythmic pronunciation we have. And M we have already learned. M is 13 because M is the last number and letter of first set. If M is rotated towards clockwise direction, it will become like this. That means it appears to be 3. So like this also you can remember M is 13. And N we have already learned. N is the first number of the second half, that is 14. 15 we can come to HOT. 15 is O. And if O 15 is remembered, 16 is automatically P. Or even 16 also you can remember like this. If we invert P, it will become like this. So this is also indicating 6. So P can be remembered as 16 also. And Q, if you can see Q, so we need to understand Q has got no clue. So this is the only alphabet, there is no clue to understand. So no clue means 17. Likewise you can remember, or else straight away you can by heart that Q is 17. R is 18. In Hindi we will call 18 as Atara. So R Atara. R Atara. So this is also a rhythmic pronunciation. And S is 19. Even in Hindi we will call 19 as Unis. So S Unis. So this is also a rhythmic pronunciation. So L, R and S, all the 3 are rhythmic pronounced alphabets with numbers. And T, we can learn it from HOT. So T is 20. If T is remembered, 21 will be U. And if you can see V, V shows 2. So that means it will have 2 lines, 1 and 2. So V is 22. And W, if you rotate W in anti-clockwise direction, so W will become like this. So this is also resembling 3. So W is 23. X is 24. So NDTV, if we observe, it will be written like this. 24 into 7. So likewise, you can remember that X is 24. And Y in HOT, we can understand it is 25. And the last one is Z, that is 26. So like this, if you spend some 1 to 2 minutes, we can very easily learn and remember the values of alphabet. For alphabets, there will be certain rules or properties as far as reasoning is concerned. So those to be learned and understood. So now let us discuss the property 1 of the alphabets. So now we have learned that the value of alphabet A is 1. And B is 2 and up to Z, so Z is 26 for example. So these values, we are saying that A is 1, B is 2 means when the alphabets are written like this, say for example A, B, C, D up to X, Y, Z. If they are written like this, if you are saying that the value of A is 1 and B is 2, then it is indirectly means that we are counting the alphabets from the left hand side. It is not that the alphabets every time will be counted only from the left hand side. these alphabets can also be counted from the right hand side. If they are counted from the right hand side, the value of Z will become 1 and the value of A will become 26. That means for each and every alphabet there will be two values. One value is counted from the left and the other value is counted from the right. When an alphabet is counted from the left, we need to call it as the place value of the alphabet. If the same alphabet is counted from the right, we have to call it as pair value of the alphabet. If you see, A will have two values, one is 1 and the other value is 26. So 26 is to be called as the pair value and 1 is to be called as the place value. If you add these two values, we will get a total of 27. So if you take B as an example, B will also have two values. One value is 2. When it is counted from the other side, the value is 25. If you add these two, we will get 27. If you take Z also, Z when counted from the left hand side, it is 26. When it is counted from the right hand side, it is 1. The total will become 27. So it is clearly understood that each and every alphabet will have two values, one from the left hand side and from the right hand side. The left hand side value is to be called as place value and the right hand side value is to be called as pair value. If you add these two values, the total will become 27. R is the alphabet, for example. If you need the value of R is 18, that means the place value of the alphabet is 18. And if we need to find the pair value of alphabet, then what is the rule? We already learned that the total of place and pair value of alphabet is 27. So for finding the pair value, we have to minus the place value from 27. Then we will get the pair value, that is 9. If you take L, actual value is 12 and the pair value will become 27 minus 12, that is equal to 15. So this is the first property or rule one should remember. Now let us see the second property. Generally in examinations, these alphabets will be given in two formats. Number one is a linear format and number two is a circular format. Let us understand the difference between linear format and circular format. See, if the alphabets are written like this. So this appears that the alphabet is written in a line. So this is to be called as a linear format. That means if you draw a line like this, it is clearly visible that so this is the left end and this is the right end. So when something is written in a line format, the ends are very clearly understood. If the same line has been converted into a circle, we may not be in a position to find where is the circle ends are located. So if you write the alphabet here in linear expression or linear format, we can very easily say A, B, C, D, E. E is on the extreme right and A is on the extreme left. If you place these alphabets here in this circle, we may not be exactly say where is the start and where is the end. That is the only difference between the alphabets and their two formats, linear format and circular format. So what we need to understand from this is when the alphabets are written in a linear format, we have to understand that alphabets have been started from A and end with Z. In case if the alphabets are given in circular format, it is understood that alphabets will not end with Z provided they will start again from A and this process will be continuing for so on. It will not have any end. That means it is to be understood that after Z we can see A and before A we can observe Z. So that means there will not be any end. The alphabet is to be treated as a continuous process. So that is the only difference. If you understand the difference, then it will be very easier for us while doing sitting arrangements. Now we have understood the values of alphabets. There will be two values. a place value and a pair value, and the two formats of alphabets, that is a linear format and a circular format. Now if you can observe here, if you can see this A is 1 and Z is 26, and B is 2 and Y is 25, C is 3 and X is 24, D 4 and W 23. If you add these two numbers, that is 4 and 23, or 5 and 22, if you can add 13 and 14, the total will become 27. So we have to say that two alphabets whose sum is 27, those two alphabets are to be called as pairs. So what is a pair here? Any two alphabet whose sum is equal to 27, they need to be called as pairs. Here AZ will become a pair, BY is a pair, CX is a pair, DW, EV, likewise IR, every two alphabets whose sum is 27, they are to be called as pairs. So let us try to remember this pair very easily. You see here the pairs has been denoted like this. AZ can be remembered as A to Z, and BY, if you can see boy, it will have both B and Y. That means you need to remember that B and Y both are pair alphabets. So CX, it is crux. So crux, there is a bike from Yamaha, very easily you can remember, it has got C and X. DW, so this is Do. So you will be knowing American stock market is Dow Jones. So likewise we can remember Do. So Do will have D and W. And EV means Eve. So Eve will have E and V. FU, so fun. So F and U will form a pair. Goat, GT, goat will have G and T. HS, so head and shoulders, first letter of head and shoulders. IR, Indian Railway will have both I and R. JQ is a pair, so Jock and Queen both have J and Q. And KP, say for example keep, where K and P both are available. And LO means love, where L and O, so this is not E, there is a mistake, so L and O. MN means men, MN. So like this, 13 pairs, total 26 alphabets, we will have 13 pairs. These 13 pairs can be remembered like this. Let us understand and learn the types of coding which was discussed at the start of the video. Our first type of coding is letter coding. Letter coding means an alphabet is coded with another alphabet. So let us see what are all the chances that alphabet can be coded with another alphabet. See, for example, these are the alphabets. If alphabet C is coded as G, so what shall be the rule involved in coding from C to G? Now we have to see what happened to alphabet C. We can observe here that C has been definitely moved towards right side. So how many steps it has taken to reach G? So step 1 is D, step 2 is E, step 3 is F, step 4 is G. That means the rule involved here is C has moved towards right. How many steps? 4 steps. So that was the logic involved in coding from C to G. But in other words, we can say that actual value of C is 3 and G is 7. The difference between 3 and 7, we can say that it is plus 4. So we can either say the rule involved is plus 4 or C has moved towards right by 4 steps. Both are one and the same. Indirectly, we can easily understand that when the alphabet is moved towards right, the value has been increased. That means we need to understand that when the alphabet is moved towards right, so value will get increased. When the alphabet is moved towards left, automatically the value will get reduced. So this is applicable for each and every chapter. One has to remember, if the question is towards right, answer is increased. If the question is towards left, answer will be decreased. So now let us see what is the type number 1 of coding, that is sequential coding. Sequential coding means the logic involved in coding will be in a sequence, either to the right side of the alphabet or to the left side of the alphabet. If it is to the right side, we have just learned it is plus. If it is to the left side, it is minus. Now let us see the question example. In a certain code language, the word price is coded as QSJDF. So then how will sector be coded in the same language? So this is the question. So here we can observe price has been coded like this, QSJDF. Now we will understand and analyze what is the relation between the coding. Now see here, P has been coded as Q. So we have learned the value of P is 16 and Q is 17. So the difference will be plus 1. And the second alphabet, that is R. R has been coded as S. So the value of R is 18 and S is 19. So the difference is again plus 1. And the third alphabet, that is I. And here it has become J. So the value of I is 9 and J is 10. Again the difference is plus 1. So here if you can observe, P plus 1 is Q and R plus 1 is S, I plus 1 is J, C plus 1 is D and E plus 1 is F. So this is the sequence you can observe here. Total towards positive side, that is towards right side, the series is plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. If you apply the same, S plus 1, S is 19, 19 plus 1 is 20, that is T. And now E. So E plus 1, that is F, and C plus 1 is D, T plus 1 is U, O plus 1 is P, and R plus 1 is S. So this is how a sequential coding will be given in the examination. And the second type of coding, a coding by analogy. Analogy means there will be a logic involved in the coding that we have to observe. That logic may contain to both the directions or in one direction. Now see the question. In a certain code language, the word price is coded as RPKAG. Then what is sector coded in the same language? So now if you can observe here, so P is 16 and R is 18. So what might be the rule? So P is 16 and if you can add to this 16, the answer is 18, that is R. And here it is R. So R actual value is 18. 18 minus 2 is 16. 16 is P. And this is I. I is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 means K. So C is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 is A. And E is 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 means G. So this is how the coding has happened. So the rule involved is plus 2, minus 2, plus 2, minus 2 and then plus 2. The same rule if we apply here, S plus 2, S is 19, 19 plus 2 is 21. E is 5, 5 minus 2 it is 3. C is 3 plus 2 is 5. And T is 20, T minus 2 is 18. O is 15, 15 plus 2 that is 17. R is 18, 18 minus 2 is 16. So in the same way, 21 means 21 means U, and 3 means C, 5 is E, 18 is R, 17 is Q, and 16 is P. So this is how coding by analogy be given. And the third part is coding by interchanging. So let us see the question, then we can understand what is interchange. In a certain code language, the word price is written as ECIRP. Here if you can observe price, PRICE, here also same alphabets are available. So PRICE, the same alphabets. So when the same alphabets is given in the question, we need to understand that there is no increment or decrement in the alphabet is allowed. Here same alphabet has been coded by interchanging their places. So that we need to understand. If you can see this, the P has gone to last part and R has gone to second last, I has become third last, and this one is second, fourth last, and E has become first. So like this, total alphabets have been interchanged. So this is the third part of coding. And the fourth type of coding is pair coding. So we have learned what is a pair. Pair means if the sum of two alphabets is 27, those two alphabets are to be called as pairs. And for remembering that pairs, we have seen some shortcut also. Now let us see what is the question is. In a certain code language, again the same price is coded as KIRXV. The moment you see P and K, then we have to understand that KP means keep. That is what we have discussed earlier. Keep will have K and P. So P is 16 and K will be 11. So both will combine to become 27. These to be called as pair. And for confirming it, we have to see the second alphabet. Second alphabet is R and here corresponding coding is I. So R is 18 and I is 9. Total will become 27. So IR we have already learned Indian Railway. And here if you can observe I, it is R here. IR again Indian Railway. So CX it is crux. So EV means Eve. So all the 5 alphabets have been coded with the corresponding pairs. In the same way, sector S. S means head and shoulders, so it is H. E means Eve, that is V. C means crux, X. T means goat, G. O means love, L. R means Indian Railway, I. So this is how we will code with help of pairs. And the next type of coding is number coding. In number coding, the number can be coded as an alphabet or alphabet can be coded as a number. So alphabet will have 2 values that we have already discussed. So they are a place value and the other one is a pair value. So with these 2 values, an alphabet can be coded into number. So let us see here. The first coding will be with the place value. So in a certain code language, price is coded as like this. The moment if you observe the number of digits in the question are more than the number of alphabets, then you have to come to a conclusion that the numbers may be the place value or pair value of the alphabets. If you can see here, P is 16, R is 18, I is 9 and C is 3, E is 5. So it is very clearly observed that all the alphabets were coded with their place values. In the same way, SC is 19, E is 5, C is 3, T is 20, O is 15, R is 18. The second type of coding is pair value. So in the first type we have seen place value and now we are seeing the pair value. So here also example is price. So actual value of P is 16, but here 16 is not there. The pair value is 11. So KP, K is 11, or value of P is 16, 16 plus 11 equal to 27. So R, Indian Railway, R is 9, the pair value. I, 18, the pair value. C, X, 24 is the pair value. E, 5, 22 is the pair value. So like this, all pair values have been coded in the same way. S, pair value H, that is 8. E, V is the pair value, that is 22. C, crux, 24. T, goat, 7. O, love, 12. R, Indian Railways, 9. So this is how the pair coding can be. And the next type of number coding will be using the mathematical operands. That means here we will do some calculation by using the mathematical operands, which is to be called as mathematical operations. Mathematical operands are plus, minus, into, division, or sometimes square and cube. So these are the mathematical logics we will use here. See the question here. In a certain code language, price is coded as 51. Here we can observe this. There are 5 alphabets are there in the word, whereas the number of digits in the number has become 2. When the digits are lesser than the number of alphabets, we need to understand the logic has been either of these 5, plus, minus, into, division, square or cube. Now see whether 51 is a square or cube. No, it is not a square, it is not a cube. So that means we have to check whether the logic is the sum of the values of the alphabets or minus or into or division. Now first attempt, since 51 is a very small number, so we will consider first the sum of the values of the alphabets. So P is 16, R 18, I 9, C 3 and E 5. If you add all these things, we will get 51. So in the same way, S is 19, E 5, C 3, T 20, O 15, R 18. If we add all these things, we will get an answer of 80. And the third type of coding is word coding. So unlike in first two types, here individual alphabet may not be coded, but here the total word will be coded. See an example. If rain is water, total rain has been changed as water here. And water is road, road is cloud, cloud is sky, sky is sea and sea is path. Then where do aircrafts fly? Where normally aircrafts fly? Aircrafts will fly in sky, then sky is coded as sea. Now the answer is C. So that is how number coding by shifting will takes place. And the second coding is mixed word coding. Here if you can see this, in a certain code language, IL, BE, PEE means roses are blue. Here what we have to understand is roses are blue means IL, BE, PEE. But it is not very clear that roses is IL. We cannot say, definitely we cannot say that roses is IL, R is BE and blue is PE. We have to find what is the exact coding for rose R. The same way second statement as given, SIKHEE means red flowers. And the third one, PEMITHEE means flowers are vegetables. There are three statements have been given. Now we have to find the code for red in the same language. For finding the code for red, we have to see in which statements red has been mentioned. In first statement, red is not there. So that means these three cannot be the possible answers for red. And red is there only in the second statement. Second statement means SIK or HEE. So either of these two can be the code for red. But for finding it, let us see whether red is available in the third statement or not. No, in the third statement, red is not available. However, we can see in the third statement that flower is available. So that means the common code of flower is also available in both the second and third statement. The common factor is clearly he. Here he is available and here also he is available. So since flower is the common factor in statement number 2 and 3 and the corresponding coding for flowers is HEE, the remaining SIK can be treated as coding for red. So this is how mixed word coding be given in the examination. And the third and the final coding is conditional coding. So here the coding is very clear and they will mention certain conditions. In a certain way, the numbers are coded as follows. So that means A is 0, B 4. So likewise they have given and they have asked to find the code for 421665. So here 4 is B. If you can see 2, here 2 is O and here also another 2 is there. 2 is Z. So this is to be called as conditional coding. So for 2, what is the answer you have to take? If you consider this 2, then your answer will be BO. If this is right, then your answer will be BZ. And let us see what will happen again. 1 is P. So here also P. And double 6 is S. So 2 6's are there. So S. Here also S. And 5 is Y. So this shall be these two are the answers for 421665. So which one is the right answer? That we will not be in a position to decide and we have to depend on the options which were given in the examination. If option number 1 is given, then this will be the right answer. If this alone is given, this is the right answer. If both the options are given, then the next option will follow either this or that, or data insufficient, or cannot be decided, or cannot be determined. Now in the same way we will have second question. 6 is S, 7 is T, 3 is C, 9 is N. Again now 2 means O or Z. Again we have got two answers and depending upon the option we have to choose the right answer. So this is how we will do coding with the help of numbers and alphabets. So for explanation purpose I have taken only basics and very easy questions. So I will do another video to explain and practice different types of questions which were asked in the earlier examinations in the coming video. So thank you for watching. I hope this video is useful to you and I request you to kindly like my video and share to the family and friends who are preparing for the competitive examinations, and please do subscribe to my channel and join my Telegram channel also. Thank you for watching. We will meet in the next video very shortly.